Hello, I'm Alice Twemlow, a design writer and chair of the Design Criticism MFA program at the School of Visual Arts in New York City. I was jury captain of the Design Writing and Commentary category of the Core 77 Design Awards, and that's a brand new category for Core 77 this year. There's no other design writing award out there at the moment, so I was very excited when Core 77 said they wanted to recognise brilliant writing and commentary about designed objects, spaces, or systems. So earlier this year, I set about assembling the best jury I could imagine for a Core 77 Writing Award. I wanted my jurors to each have expertise in different disciplines, ranging from interactive design to architecture to technology. I also wanted them each to represent different approaches to writing, from scholarly to popular, and to represent different media, from online to print. So I picked Maria Popova, Michael Sorkin, and Tom Vanderbilt. Quite a magnificent team, you have to admit. Maria Popova is a prolific online cultural commentator who writes for Wired UK and The Atlantic, among other publications, and whose blog, Brain Pickings, which I'm sure you all know, collects examples of the weird and the wonderful from all over the globe. She tweets every 15 minutes and publishes lengthy blog posts 3 times a day. Maria was eager to join the jury, hoping to encourage smart and easily accessible writing about design. Michael Sorkin is a renowned architect and architecture writer. He's a contributing editor at Architectural Record, and for 10 years he was the architecture critic at Village Voice. He's written loads of books, including 20 Minutes in Manhattan, Starting from Zero, and All Over the Map. And Michael brought to the jury a quest for high standards of writing and a real kind of desire for writers to have a strong point of view. My final jury member was Tom Vanderbilt, a widely published writer on design and technology for titles like Wired, Cabinet, Art Forum, and the New York Times Magazine, and whose book Traffic, Why We Drive the Way We Do, achieved bestseller status. Tom loves good storytelling and deep research, and was looking for examples of writing that contained elements of both. As for me, I write for Design Observer, Design and Culture, The Architect's Newspaper, places like that. I'm currently a PhD candidate in the history of design criticism, and as chair of the MFA in design criticism here at the SVA, I direct the curriculum, select the instructors, and teach the classes. I was looking for the kind of writing that's fed by its rigorous research, that's full of attitude, and demonstrates a sensitive engagement with language. So a few weeks ago, each of us received a heavy box full of entries that we read separately and winnowed down to a shortlist, which we brought to the table at the SVA Design Criticism Department one June morning. We spent that morning debating the relative merits of the submitted pieces, and it was a really interesting process. We set ourselves very high standards. It is an award for the best writing in the world, after all. Together, we were looking for writing about design that had been well researched, beautifully written, and that had a strong argument and really made us care about the topic at hand. The entries in the student category were of a very high standard, and it was a pleasure to see how much fantastic writing is coming out of new programs devoted to design writing. My own students chose not to enter this year because I was jury captain, but I can't wait to see their work enter the mix next year. So, and here the drums should roll, our notable award for the student design writing and commentary goes to a piece titled Monster Soup, Making the Invisible Visible, written by Florian Alexander Schmidt at the Royal College of Art, London, UK. The text is about the analogies between the caricature Monster Soup, made by William Heath in 1828, and a printed version of the State Trojan computer virus, which was published in a German newspaper in 2011. We commended this piece for its insights and its argument. It's bringing these really disparate things together, a satirical engraving from 1828 and a computer virus from 2011, in ways that speak of the author's visual awareness, his analytical abilities, his nose for a good story, and his imaginative approach to writing. So well done, Florian. Our runner-up award for the student design, writing and commentary goes to a piece titled Dancing What You Can't See by Sarah Handelman at the London College of Communication, London, UK. This essay explores dance notation systems. As complex systems of documenting ballet, most dance notation is unreadable, even to the professional ballerinas who perform the parts, and the essay asks why. In this piece, I really appreciated the confluence of this author's personal experiences all coming together. She's a ballet fan, a performer, a designer, and a design writer, and all these roles found their places in the one essay. And we weren't beaten over the head with the fact that the author had experience in these fields. She handled her subject matter with delicacy and curiosity. Plus, the research was really good. She did the legwork. Maria loved this piece. She said that it was a beautiful attempt to capture design as a language system and as a framework. It takes an obscure subject and looks at it from a design standpoint. Michael responded to the writer's efforts to nail down something as ephemeral and imperfect as this ballet notation system is. He also thought the fact that the writer is also a participant and a practitioner is key to the quality of the piece. And Tom responded to the way in which the writer found design systems or design thinking in really unexpected or overlooked places. And now for the winner of the student design, writing and commentary section. We're really happy to recognize a piece called The Intertwining: Bodies and Spaces in the Aftermath of Argentina's Dirty War. And this is written by Gigi Otalvaro Holmilosa of California College of the Arts, San Francisco, California, USA. Now, this essay applies a phenomenological and visual analysis to the monument to the victims of state terror at Memory Park in Buenos Aires. And the writer uses performative writing to present the embodied research and to enact the effective force of the monument. Michael thought the piece was an excellent demonstration of the capacity of architecture to evoke powerful emotions. He was also impressed by how the writer treated the contrast between the technology of forensics and the artistic enterprise of commemoration. Tom thought the essay did a really nice job of capturing the politics of spatiality and thought that it covered a lot of things which are not often thought about, such as emotion and memory in relation to architecture. Memorials, Tom said, are underrated in critical examination. And Maria liked how it's doing this in a very personal way, with a form that is very difficult from the way you would normally write about architecture as experience. And I really admired the writer's willingness to experiment with the formal possibilities of writing and to convey to the reader the very physical experience of walking within and around this monument, which I've never visited, but I felt I had done after reading this essay. I also admired the interplay between the first-person account and the more narrative, descriptive accounts of the building. It clearly came from a passionate place. So big congratulations to Florian Alexander Schmidt, Sarah Handelman, and Gigi Otalvaro Holmilosis. I urge you all to read these winning articles the minute they're published on the Core 77 site. You're going to be inspired. Now we come to the professional category, and I'm afraid to say that here we were not so inspired. We really enjoyed reading the entries, and some were really good. But none were excellent. None of the entries measured up to the criteria we laid out at the beginning of our discussion. We were looking, as I mentioned before, for pieces of writing that had identified a good topic and exemplified the following attributes: rigorous research, compelling storytelling, a distinctive writerly voice, strong argument, and an interesting range of references. We thought that if we found a piece of writing with just 2 of these attributes, we could award it something. But after a really long morning of debate, we couldn't come up with any. Now, this doesn't mean that there isn't great writing out there. We see it, we read it every day. What it means is that we haven't yet convinced the brilliant and talented writers who fill our screens and pages with their observations to enter this competition. So this is a plea as well as an announcement. Anyone who cares about good quality writing about design needs to help spread the word about this award. It's the only award devoted to design writing and commentary. So I look forward to seeing the exciting reality of design writing today better reflected in next year's entries. Thank you to all those who submitted their work to this category. Thank you to my jury members. Thank you to Core 77 for seeking to support and nurture excellent writing about design. And thank you for tuning in. From New York, USA, this is Alice Twemlow, jury captain of the Core 77 Design Writing and Commentary Award, signing off.